Wednesday.
Yes.
Yes, we have a fun topic today. We're taking a throwback. Next week is 420. Did everyone know that? April 20th? The official weed holiday. And today we had a story about yet another celebrity-driven cannabis company. So this time, do you guys remember Jaleel White? He was Steve Urkel in the 90s
people remember
comedy
that name, Steve
Family
Urkel.
Matters, one of my fave shows. He was the dorky guy with the high-waisted pull-up pants and the glasses.
The squeaky voice.
Yeah, so he's come out with his brand new weed company. And his first strain that he announced is called Purple Urkel.
Purple Urkel.
No, so far.
He's unrecognizable in that picture. I would never think that was Urkel.
He looks a lot cooler than he did, huh?
Yeah. Right. I can tell, but he's handsome, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. So his cannabis line is only available in California stores right now, but they do have plans to maybe take it to other states. But that got us really talking kind of in the commercial break of like, I was just saying, I love Family Matters. It was part of TGIF on ABC, this lineup of all these different shows back in the late 80s when I was a kid and would rush home and got to watch all of these great shows. Is there any music on this, Brian? Remember Perfect Strangers?
Oh my God.
Yes, Balky.
Cousins.
Yes.
What was his name?
Cousin Balky.
Balky, that's
Yes.
right.
Nobody knows the other guy's name.
No, he's just the other guy.
Balky.
I want to see if we can recognize some.
Balky?
No, I didn't watch Perfect Strangers, honestly. I was never into Perfect Strangers. But Balky played a great role in the movie True Romance. Anyways, you can go back to that. Go back to that.
Full House.
The twins, the little babies.
Brian
Uncle
Matthews says he's
Jesse.
re-cueing it from the top with music this time.
Oh, Aunt Becky went wrong, didn't she?
Oh, yeah. And Becky in prison.
Hey, listen, we got to sit
Maybe
through all
she just got
Balky
out.
again.
Oh, well.
Yeah, 15
Keep talking,
seconds of
Drew.
Balky. Okay, so here's the deal. As we talk, sometimes this is how Sunrise Extra happens. We run a quick news snippet, like today about Urkel getting into the weed business, and then we start talking about the shows we enjoyed growing up as kids, and then we thought, I'm sure our viewers would love to talk about this too. So here's one of two things you can throw at us. Like one of your all-time favorite TV characters, like Uncle Jesse, for example, from Full House, or maybe you just give us an all-time favorite TV show, maybe a guilty pleasure. And I'm thinking the more obscure the show, in some ways, the better. Because if you say The Simpsons, I'm thinking, you know what? We've been talking about The Simpsons for 30 years. I want to think about those shows that we have sort of forgotten about, but once you remember it, you're like, oh my gosh, I used to love that show.
So somebody's weighing in on the stream here. Cindy Porter says, I love Lucy.
Yeah, classic.
Ricky and Lucy. Yeah, that was a good one.
I love Lucy.
I'm
Was the
home.
original, is that right? Was that the original one with Ethel and everybody?
Oh, sure.
And Fred?
Yeah.
What else? I don't know. Is there another one, Rod?
Well, I mean,
Alf.
she did what? I think she did three different Lucy.
Incarnations of that. Darlene, Davy Jones, and the Monkees.
Oh, why?
Oh, I love the Monkees.
Yeah,
I
that
love their
was a good one.
music.
Good one, good one.
Absolutely. That's the show I'm talking about. Because what do you think? There was probably 2 or 3 seasons of the Monkees, and it lasted in reruns for a long time. But when you go back and look, there's probably only like 30 episodes, if that, of the Monkees.
Yeah, they were so cute though, and the music is just so like, gets you excited.
Oh my God.
Can I ask you real quickly, Brenda? Because I think you may be the only one who remembers this. Maybe Rod.
Okay.
Do you remember when Davy Jones made that guest appearance on the Brady Bunch?
Absolutely. And
Yes.
Marsha was in love with
Yes.
him.
To go to
Yes.
prom. He was taking her to prom.
And he was singing that song in the recording studio, and I like that song has been stuck in my head since 1978.
Do
and
it.
It's girl, look what you've done to me.
That's not bad. Yeah.
Me and my whole world.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That's good.
Girl.
Well,
It was Davy Jones doing Marsha Brady a solid there. He showed up, I think, at her prom and sang for the class.
prom.
That's
Anyways.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That made me good.
John No says, "Who's the boss?" He
Oh,
still
yeah,
watches it
yeah.
on streaming. Yeah, I
Yes.
love that show.
Love that
Yes.
one. I tried to get that one pulled up for because I think my boys would enjoy watching
Yeah.
Tony and Samantha and Jonathan and Angela and Mona, the whole crew.
Yeah.
Amy
I
says
love-
Jack Ritter and Three's Company.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a
I
good one.
constantly reference. Oh gosh, dang it! Now I'm going to forget.
Mr. Furley. Mr. Roper.
The woman, Mrs. Roper.
Mrs. Roper, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes,
way?
like, someone will be wearing something. We were just down in Palm
That's not
Springs.
Mrs. Roper.
We were down in Palm Springs, and everything's like mid-century modern down there, and like wild kind of like 60s prints and moo-moos and everything.
Yes.
And so everything is very Mrs. Roper.
That was
walking around
so
the
Mrs.
pool.
Roper.
Our producers and director are trying to keep up with our flow of thought here. Guys, we're going to be all over the place with these shows. So if you have a show,
It's okay.
like they just pulled up, I think, some clips from
That was Family Matters.
Family Matters. So if you have one there, let us know and we'll get to it. But anyways.
Clint Jean says Richard Dean Anderson, MacGyver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife's like all-time favorite 80s show is, I think it's a toss-up between Full House when she was like 10 years old, and for some reason that 10-year-old version of my wife loved MacGyver. Like loved MacGyver.
All right.
What is there not
And
to
yet
love?
she married an unhandy man.
Yeah,
which is
and she's
fascinating.
very disappointed about it, right? No question about it.
What about Happy Days with Richie and Fonzie?
Yeah, another great one.
Yeah.
I like that. Henry Winkler joined us on
That's right.
what was
Portland
it? Portland Today.
How quickly they forget.
here.
Happy
in our
Days
studio,
lasted a
yeah.
lot longer than Portland
He
Today did.
was as nice of a gentleman as you
He
would
really
ever
was.
wish to meet. He was just wonderful. Yeah.
Can I add one more thing about that? Like the greatest Happy Days episode ever involves the Fonz. It's one of the early shows. It's a Christmas episode. And Fonzie has nowhere to go for Christmas, but he doesn't want to admit it to anyone because he's embarrassed that he has no family to celebrate the holiday with. And the Cunninghams, are very welcoming. They want Fonzie to come over and enjoy the holiday with them. But he's like, no, I got all these great plans. He starts making up a story. Richie goes back to the shop because he forgets something. And darn it, if it isn't Fonzie sitting in there all by himself, just eating out of a can on Christmas Eve. And it was very sad. But in the end, of course, Fonzie did go to the Cunninghams, and they had a great, great Christmas.
I'm wondering what was in the can. Do you remember what was
I think it was beans, Rod. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I'm
Some
sure it
kind of
probably
bean
was.
product.
Nothing wrong with that. Okay.
What's this one?
Is this Miami
902?
Vice?
Could be Miami Vice. Oh, yeah. Yes. What a classic song, too.
Look, I could tell from the palm trees.
I thought
was
for
Miami
a second
Vice.
it was 90210, but you were dead right on that one, Brenda, from
Don
the second.
Johnson and
I've got
Philip
kind of a
Michael
Don
Thomas.
Johnson jacket on today.
Yeah, you
Oh,
do.
yeah, you kind of do. And the pastel
Miami-ish,
colors.
Yeah.
That is,
cream.
I believe he was Sonny Crockett, right? There
Yes,
you go. That is a
that's correct.
Sonny Crockett jacket.
Crockett and Tubbs.
That's so funny. Howard Wright says All in the Family.
Yeah.
Meathead. Archie used
Oh,
to
yeah.
call his son-in-law Meathead.
Stanford Walker surprises me. This surprises me about Stanford. I love Diane Carroll in Dynasty, but it surprises me that Stanford
Was a
is
Dynasty
a
guy?
Dynasty guy.
Everybody was a
Everybody
Dynasty
loved
person
Dynasty.
back in the day.
Okay, all right.
Did Dynasty come on after Dallas, or did they compete with each other? How did that work? Do
I
you
think
guys remember?
Dynasty was roughly before, but it was in that same era. And I might be wrong. It's just what my memory.
As a little kid, I never watched Dynasty, but I did watch Dallas, as an 8-year-old.
There you go. You know what I could never stay up for when I was a kid because I had a bedtime? And it came on at 9 o'clock on a Wednesday, I think, and it drove me crazy. I loved Beretta.
Oh, Beretta.
Somebody out there knows Beretta. Robert Blake
Yeah.
and his little cockatoo.
I loved
Oh,
Punky
Sanford and Son.
Brewster.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Stanford.
Elizabeth!
Another great theme song.
There you go.
Like back in the day, the theme songs were a huge part of the show.
Oh yeah.
You hear
Yes.
4 beats of the song and you know it's Sanford and Son.
Terry Hogenkamp, get out. I haven't thought of Room 222 in forever.
wow.
Producers,
What was
see if
that
you
about?
can pull that up.
Oh my God, is it
Yeah,
about, Brenda? I have
Room
no idea.
222. It was set in high school. Were they undercover?
Wait a minute. Are you thinking about 21 Jump Street?
No. Oh no, this is way before
Okay.
that.
All right.
Room 222, Terry. I can't even remember exactly what it was about, but there
about?
was Julie and then Link.
It's like a teen drama.
From what?
No, wait,
what
no.
decade?
Wait, no.
What?
I'm thinking of the Mod Squad. I'm thinking of the Mod Squad. That's another one. But Room 222, high school. That's all I can remember. I loved that show when I was a little girl, though.
Several people saying Hawaii Five-0, Darlene
that's
and
good.
Christy. Yep, and Miami Vice.
Yeah.
Debbie says Magnum PI.
Yeah.
That's Knight Rider right there. Kit.
Is that the actual song from that?
Yeah. And it's,
Whoa.
This
Some
guy
rapper took that and put it into rap song.
sure they did. It's a great riff right there. And then that is really what put the great David Hasselhoff on the map.
Absolutely.
Before he was leading the
never knew that
Baywatch
was a
charge,
song.
he was getting behind the wheel of Kit.
You guys, I watched Baywatch this weekend. So we were in Roseburg visiting our in-laws, and they have one of a smart TV, but it has like internet channels.
It must be really smart if it's playing
And it has
Baywatch.
there's an entire Baywatch channel that all it is
There's a
Baywatch episodes.
Baywatch
And so I put
channel.
it on there just to have a laugh. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
There
I
it is.
loved Baywatch.
You
I used to
love?
watch- Oh yeah, it was huge.
Who would be your favorite character on Baywatch, Nina?
I don't remember.
What? You said you loved it.
I mean, I don't remember the characters. It
Like the
wasn't
fan-
Pamela Anderson.
Yeah, I just
Oh,
wondered.
I don't know. All the other nameless.
Maybe it was the
blondes
Hasselhoff
or
character was your favorite.
How
Maybe
many
it was the
seasons?
Who was the brunette on there?
Carmen Electra?
Oh, I think you're right.
Yeah, Carmen Electra.
There was a few
And then
different-
Vanessa Marcil
Was
was
she
on
on?
there, I think, and 90210, right?
Well, she was
Or maybe
definitely
she
on
was on
90210, but there were a few brunettes on Baywatch, including Carmen Electra and then Yasmin Bleeth.
That's who it was.
Yasmin
I
Bleeth.
liked her
Right,
a lot.
I forgot about that.
I really liked her a lot.
And then Nicole Eggert made the jump from
Yeah.
Charles in Charge
Yeah.
to Baywatch.
That's right. She was on one of the episodes I saw this
Wow.
weekend.
That is
on TV.
fantastic. Virginia
funny.
Carlson says, "Welcome back, Cotter."
Oh gosh, that's
How
great.
many great characters
Great
came
little
out of there,
song,
including
too.
John Travolta
Yeah.
No,
as
that was
Vinnie
a-
Barbarino.
Yes.
Several people have mentioned my all-time favorite show, MASH, including Debbie. Best cast ever. Nothing compares to Hawkeye's laugh. And then we had one I had forgotten about, Alex P. Keaton on Family Time.
Oh, yeah.
That's one that our director Brian Folsom and I were talking about. He was about 10 years younger than I am, maybe more
Mallory
than that.
and yeah.
Yeah.
Shannon Thompson says, "I always had to go to bed before Fantasy Island."
Ooh, what is that?
So wait a minute.
You
Fantasy-
remember
Yes.
Mr.
What
Rourke?
show did Fantasy Island follow?
The Love Boat. It
And
was
Love Boat.
Tattoo?
That's
Yes.
right. The Love Boat and then Fantasy. I liked the Love Boat. I would watch that.
So the Love Boat came on at 9 o'clock. And I forget which night of the week, but I could watch The Love Boat, and I would watch some of that. But Fantasy Island came on at 10, and again, we're talking bedtime, so I
time
would
to go
see
to
like the
bed, yeah.
beginning, and you see like he would go, the plane,
Yeah.
and that would be the beginning credits, and then it was off to bed.
Yeah.
So I never really saw the show, but I always saw the opening credits.
That's awesome. Jason says Land of the Lost.
That
And
was
Paul Kenny is weighing in with Animaniacs.
Animaniacs.
I don't remember that one.
Paul, you just stumped us.
The Animaniacs. I remember that.
Oh my
know.
gosh,
It's a cartoon.
Stanford. Lawrence Welk and Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
Oh,
Mutual of Omaha's
I actually
Wild
really
Kingdom
liked
was
watching
great.
that stuff.
Fantasy
Nature shows.
Island.
Let's see
there
if we
are.
can stick around here long enough to see Tattoo tell the big boss, the plane.
So was this like a Gilligan's Island premise? Like they're stuck there? Or?
Does anybody know what
I think
shot
people
that is?
vacationed there basically and had their fantasies come true on the island. Was that the premise, Rod? Brenda, anyone?
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
correct.
pretty
They would set up the fantasy, and then what's his face would make it happen. What's his face? would
Where's
make it happen.
Tattoo?
There's Ricardo.
There's the what's his face.
Ricardo sees another plane landing on the island. He knows,
Was
yes,
it
good times are
colonial
about to
times?
ensue.
Yeah.
Here comes Tattoo. There he is. Yes, ringing the bell.
Oh, I've seen a
Yeah.
clip of
The
that.
plane.
That's what this is from?
The plane.
Worth
Thank you,
waiting
Tattoo.
for.
Wow.
Worth
Yes.
waiting
That
for.
seems
Nina, that's classic
weird.
television
That's
from the 1980s.
Pretty weird.
Absolutely. Debbie says Carol Burnett Show.
Yeah.
Classic.
Wow. Great comment.
Jake says Coach.
Yeah, oh, that
Shireen
was-
I
is
really
weighing in
liked
with
Coach.
Gilligan's
Van
Island.
Dyke and
You got to
I
slow
bet
down.
we all could sing. We could all sing Gilligan's
How do
Island.
you guys feel about the Cosby Show? Because I loved it.
I
I
did
mean,
too.
yeah, it
I
was
know,
one of the highest
no.
rated
Mr.
shows.
Cosby didn't age well.
Separated. I
The
loved
show didn't
the
age well.
Cosby Show.
The show did not age. The first few episodes, the first few years of that show, I think were really funny, and then that show lost its way. It was not that funny
You
at
don't
the end,
think
right?
so? It was on
say-
for how many
no,
years?
I agree with Drew. It's one of those shows that I can't sit down and really watch. But you know, Cheers is the same way for me now. Loved Cheers when it was on NBC Thursday nights.
Seems
of
boring
course.
now.
And to sit down and watch Cheers now, I'm bored.
I feel
like
differently
they're
because
still
I
in the
have
bar.
I know. I still watch it on Hulu. That's the one show that pulls up on Hulu for me, and I enjoy all the episodes.
You
of
know
Cheers
what I could still watch all the time
What?
from the
Seinfeld.
1960s is the old Andy Griffith Show.
Oh.
And absolutely enjoy watching Andy and Barney and
Opie.
yeah, and everybody from
Can you
Mayberry.
whistle the tune for us right now, Rod?
That's pretty good.
Starring Richie Cunningham.
That's good. Roger, a good whistler. Jennifer Taft says the Johnny Cash Show. I don't remember that one, but
said
I
the
do
Johnny
remember
Cash Show?
Green Acres.
Yes,
the
I
place
used to
to
watch
be.
Green Acres on Nickelodeon. They had all those old shows.
Yeah, Nick at Night, right?
Yeah, Nick at Night. I loved Nick at Night.
Anybody out there? Petticoat Junction. You remember
wow.
that one?
I never
I
that
remember it, but I don't think I've seen it a single episode.
Billy
Green
Joe,
Acres. They had
Bobby
Mr.
Joe,
Ed
Betty Joe.
on Nick at Night.
Oh, Jennifer says the Disney, the Wonderful World of Disney on Sunday nights. And it was always something different, right? It was like a
like they would have the
Disney
Return
program.
to Witch Mountain on that,
Yeah.
for example, would
We
be
used to watch
one
that
Sunday night.
every Sunday
They
night.
might have Herbie the Love Bug on another Sunday night.
Oh my gosh, all these, you guys are amazing. So the Waltons,
Yeah.
that was big. John Boy.
Yeah.
Shannon says Rambling Rod in the morning before school.
Oh my gosh, I
great.
loved Ramblin' Rod.
The only problem I have with this now is we were saying so many at such a fast pace, I can barely digest the ones as because they're all like rushing back into my head at once.
The Courtship of Eddie's Father, Shireen, that's what you're thinking of. I love that. That was a great show.
That's the
too.
name of a show?
The Courtship of Eddie's Father. Yes. Do you guys not remember that one? No, nobody here does. Producers, counting on you. They had a great theme song.
Okay, yeah, go get to work there. What the heck is that?
Family Affair. Debbie says Family Affair. I remember that one.
Oh, Gladiator.
Yeah, American
Gladiator.
Ninja Warrior?
No, American Gladiator. Dude, I used to watch that a lot.
Oh, this is like Saturday mornings, right? Wasn't it?
No, was it?
I think
That
so.
was Saturday morning. That's just right
Before
there. See,
wrestling.
American Gladiator. That was awesome.
You're right.
That and Star Search. We would be glued to Star Search with Ed McMahon.
Star Search, yeah.
I mean, that was like the first, like live.
One
and
of the first
performance show.
reality type or whatever they
Yeah.
call it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
There was a few stars that came out of that, right? Didn't like
Britney
Debbie
Spears
Gibson
was
maybe?
on. Tons of people were on
I think
it.
Debbie
yeah.
Gibson too from Star Search. So I have a question for our viewers, and I'm hoping that if you guys know the answer to this, maybe you raise your hand, Nina, Brenda, Rod, but don't say it out loud. Do you all remember, viewing audience, the TV show that only lasted like 2 seasons that was really the jumping off point for Tom Hanks? He was the star of a TV show that launched his career.
Yes.
Oh, you
Oh,
do
yes.
know?
I do.
You know? Okay,
I
don't
do.
say it out loud. So, guys,
don't
if
say it.
weigh in if you remember the show I'm talking about, because it was absolutely one of my favorites there from like 1981 to 83. It was a great show. It didn't last very long. Here's another show. Our director, Brian Matthews, pulling this one up. The Fall Guy. You never heard of The Fall Guy, Nina?
I kind of vaguely
Yeah, he was a stuntman. Walked away from all those dangerous stunts.
Oh, my gosh.
remember that.
Lee Majors, right? There he is.
Yeah.
Oh, this is not a show I would
How
watch.
about Jeff Lucas saying The Gong Show? Remember
Loved that.
The Gong
What
Show.
was that? Chuck Barrett?
Was it Barry? It wasn't Chuck
They
Berry.
made that movie about
Barris? Chuck Barris.
Yeah,
Chuck Barris.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny.
So I did get an answer to my question. The first person who got it right is Paul Kenny. He's one of our managers. Paul, you're not going to be able to be the first
Oh,
here.
that's right, Bosom Buddies.
Yeah, so then a few others chimed in. Susan remembered it was a show where Tom Hanks dressed like a girl, which is true. And then Michael chimed in with the actual name of the song, name of the show, Bosom Buddies.
Yeah.
And he was on that. It was Tom Hanks and another actor named Peter Scolari. And there they are,
Right.
waking up, and their apartment building got demolished, so they needed a place to stay. And the cheapest option was this hotel that only let women live there. And so they decided, we're going to dress up like women, and we're going to kind of fit in with the
Premise
gang.
for a show.
I know, right?
They're like, how long can we keep this up?
But then see Tom Hanks, he loved the blonde there. There she is, who eventually that actress married Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, really?
Yes, Donna Dixon is her name.
That's right.
Wow.
But Tom Hanks' character loved her Sonny, and he would flirt with her while dressed up as a woman, and she had no idea that he was actually a man. And comedy ensued, I tell you.
Oh my gosh. Rhonda Thompson says Chips and the Dukes of Hazzard. I had an Eric Estrada poster in my bedroom when I was a little girl.
Brenda, do you remember the morning that I had
Of
the
course I
opportunity to
do.
meet Eric
Yes.
Estrada?
Yes.
He was at Comic-Con a few
Yes.
years ago.
Oh, that's
We did
right.
an early morning live segment there, and he both Ponch and John were there with us. They did a great interview, but afterwards, Eric Estrada was so cool. Just kept talking my ear off about everything.
What
What is
qualifies him to be at Comic-Con? Just because he was in an
Pop
old
culture.
show?
Just
I
pop
love
culture.
the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yep. Friday night CBS. The Dukes.
One of my favorite. I love the blonde guy. I had a crush on him too when I was a little girl. Bionic Woman, Jeff Lucas. Yes, that was another good one.
And finally, somebody chimes in with the Mary Tyler Moore Show, Melinda Palmer Hicks.
Yeah.
That
Love
is
show.
good.
Great characters.
Get Smart, Susan
I like
Decker.
Get
Yeah,
Smart.
that was good too.
That was
Talking
on Nick
into
at
your-
Night too.
That was
Talking
an
into your
amazing
phone,
That
theme
music
song.
is like the best.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember, like, when NBC was at its peak, late 80s, when they had the Cosby Show at 8, Family Ties at 8:30, Cheers at 9? Do you remember what show followed at 9:30 for a few years there that was, I thought was
Wait,
pretty
say it
awesome?
again, say
so
the-
you had Cosby Show at 8.
Yeah.
Family Ties at 8:30. Cheers came on at 9. And then this show came on before, like, whatever the drama was at 10 o'clock. But there was a 9:30 comedy squeezed in there.
I don't
Brian Matthews is guessing Frasier. This was way before Frasier.
Yeah, this was early Thursday.
This is like
it was
86,
Cheers
87, 88. Anyways, I'll tell you.
Tell us.
Night Court.
Oh, Night Court.
Night
Oh, that's
Court.
right.
Night
Yeah.
Court was awesome.
Good.
We used to watch that. It was funny. Bull and
Yep, John Larroquette.
Yeah.
John, I rode the
Marky
elevator
Post.
with John Larroquette here in
Jerry
Portland. He was filming some show a couple of years ago, and he was renting an apartment in the building I was living in the Pearl District. And so I would see him like all the time.
Night Court,
Yeah.
that is. That was good. No, that was good. Harry Anderson.
Yep, there's Harry
Yeah,
Anderson.
died
John Larroquette's
today.
probably coming up here next. So this was the pre-Marky Post years, I guess, because I think that actress we just saw was eventually replaced by Marky Post.
The blonde lady.
I keep mentioning Marky Post. Do you think there's a reason?
You like her?
As a young man, I did find the
is
Marky
funny.
Post character to be quite intriguing.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember The Odd Couple?
Oh, sure.
Sure.
Felix Unger and Oscar Madison.
Yeah.
They had a good theme song too.
Yeah. Yeah.
This was fun.
This
Can we
was
keep
great.
going? Can we
Barney
double up and do
Miller,
this for another
The
25 minutes?
A-Team,
The
Streets
A-Team.
of San Francisco,
Oh, yeah.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman, Linda Carter. Wow. It's a good one. The invisible plane that you could somehow see. They didn't have the technology back then to really make it invisible.
We just saw the Wonder Woman, the second one, over the weekend. We watched it at home. And they have the invisible plane.
My condolences.
Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
I do love her.
Batman.
She's darling, but
It's a good one from the 60s.
Taxi. Jeff Lucas, Taxi.
Sock.
that was my Batman.
Yeah.
I know all these people who are all the new. No, that's the Batman I
What
grew
was
up
that,
watching.
Drew? What's that like pretty recent comedy where they're like, no, I'm Batman. No, I'm Batman. They're doing it in like Michael Keaton voice or
I forget.
who's the newer Batman?
Well, Val Kilmer
And
was Batman once, but Christian Bale, maybe?
Christian Bale.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's like Seth Rogen doing the sound or something, and it's a very generational thing of like, who's your Batman? Exactly what Brenda just said.
That's so funny.
But-
Julie Wyatt got sneak one more in. Starsky and Hutch.
There you
Oh,
go.
wow, yeah.
They had that cool car.
You know, it's kind of sad. I don't know if sad's the right word, but we'll never
Don't get
have
old
that
on us,
again,
Rod.
where you could show up to work on Monday and pretty much everybody had watched the same TV shows
Yeah.
because we only had so many choices.
We had 3 channels.
It wasn't that long
In
ago.
a way, it seemed like it brought us together in a way that we will never be quite. It's something we will never share.
Yep. You're right.
Together the way that we did back then.
I remember 2 occasions where that happened a lot. It was my senior year of high school. On Friday mornings, we were all talking about what happened on Cheers the night before. Like everyone was watching Cheers my senior year of high school. This is 1992. And then when I got to somewhere, I was working in Philadelphia before I got here, and everyone I remember on Friday mornings talking about what happened on Seinfeld the night before.
It's all the same. We were all talking about Tiger King at the same time.
Yeah,
Brenda and I were right there with Lovecraft Country. You know, now that everyone has like all these streaming platforms, they're like, hey, have you watched this? Oh my God.
You're
so
right,
good.
it does
Blah, blah,
happen. I guess Rod's point
Not
is
as
it would
much,
happen on a
though, like
specific day of
days.
the week.
Sure.
and now
And it was
just a little
bigger.
different now.
It was a bigger chunk. Now we've got lots of little niches that everybody's interested in.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for having fun with us on a Wednesday. It's going to